Welcome to day 3 of Creative Bursts. I'm Sarah Webb and I'm a children's writer and I run creative writing clubs for young writers. I'm delighted to be here today to share some new writing prompts and challenges with you. Today's theme is jellyfish and using your senses when you write. When I was in school, I had a fantastic teacher in 5th class called Miss Cahill. And Miss Cahill made us memorise poetry off by heart. She also did Shakespeare with us. We acted out scenes from Merchant of Venice and other plays. But one of the poems that she made us learn, and I'm very grateful to her for that now, although I wasn't necessarily at the time, I must be honest, is one called Addlestrop. My Uncle Gully, that is his real name, my Uncle Gully always says that if you learn a poem off by heart, you own that poem in a very, very special way. And I do believe that. So this is Addlestrop by Edward Thomas. Now, Edward Thomas wrote this around 1914, just before World War I broke out. He enlisted in 1917 and unfortunately was killed during World War I. But I love this poem. There's lots of sounds and sights in it. And today, we're going to do a writing prompt after I read you this poem all about sights and sounds. So this is the first verse and then I'll read you the next verses. Yes, I remember Addlestrop, the name, because one afternoon of heat the express train drew up there. Unwontedly, it was late June. The steam hissed. Someone cleared his throat. No one left and no one came. On the bare platform, what I saw was Addlestrop, only the name. And willows, willow herb and grass, and meadowsweet and haycocks dry, no whit less still and lonely fair than the high cloudlets in the sky. And for that minute a blackbird sang close by, and round him, mistier, farther and farther, all the birds of Oxfordshire and Gloucestershire. So what I'd like you to do now is to pretend you're on a train, on a bus or in a car, and you're looking out the window. What do you see? What do you hear? What's outside? Now, this can be fantasy, it can be historic, or it can be real life. You decide. Now get writing. So this piece of poetry is by Ghríofa and it's called Maud Enthralled, and I'll read it to you in a second. It's about an incredible Irish scientist called Maud de Lapp. Now Maud was the first person in the whole world to discover the life cycle of the jellyfish. Maud features in my book, which is called Dare to Dream. This is a spread from Dare to Dream. If you're interested in finding out about her life, I will put her story on the downloadable that you can find after this video on the Molly website. So do look out for that. So this is an extract by Doireann about Maud de Lapp. And after that, we're going to do a story prompt. Morning in 1877. Little Maud de Lapp, 7th of 10, is running on the damp, dark strand of Valencia Island again, laughing backwards at her brother, braids flying in the wind until she skids. Sudden in the sand, a jelly bell, a lump of glue gunk spiked with ink, tentacles trailing from a fleshy pink. I love her description of the jellyfish there. Tentacles trailing from a fleshy pink. Have you ever found a jellyfish washed up on the beach? Or have you ever seen one swimming in the sea? Now I want you to write a piece and or draw a jellyfish or a whole sea full of jellyfish. And I want you to write about the first time that you saw a jellyfish or touched a jellyfish. I know we're not really supposed to, so do be careful, but we all have, let's be honest. So I want you to describe that in words or in pictures or both. What is a jellyfish? What did it look like when it was swimming in the water? All its colourings, its transparency, its flesh, its globbiness. See if you can get that down in words. So get writing. So now we're going to work on our sense of smell, putting that into stories. So Terry Pratchett, wonderful, wonderful writer, once said, "The nose is the only organ that can see back in time." And sometimes when I walk into a room or I get a smell that I haven't smelt for a long, long time, it brings back a memory so sharp that it just makes me stop. Has that ever happened to you? Did you smell something and it really reminds you of something? So we're going to do a little bit of writing around that. Now, you will need a few prompts for this, a few little things. So, first of all, you will need a few little pots for the different smells. I'll explain why in a minute. You need some cotton wool or some tissue paper. Yes, you can use your loo roll, but don't use too much. And you will need some scents. Strong scents are good. This is like some floor cleaner that has a strong scent. This is obus oil. You could use perfumes. You can use anything you find that has quite a strong scent. Perfume's a nice one. Disinfectant, anything like that has a strong smell. Then I want you to put a drop of the smell onto your cotton wool. Have a big sniff. Oh, and see what that reminds you of. So this is obus oil, which has a kind of piney smell. It very much reminds me of having a cold or having a chest infection. Because my mum used to drop this onto my pillow before I went to sleep at night to help me breathe. You know when you have a snotty nose? It's a nice smell. It's kind of a reassuring smell. But it definitely reminds me of being sick when I was a little girl. What do your different smells remind you of? Then you can pick one or two of them and write a story or a poem or draw something that is inspired by that smell. So get writing and drawing. So finally today, I want to share some of my favourite books with you that have jellyfish in them. But first of all, I want to show you some artwork. So I did a school visit in Stillorgan Library last week with some girls from a school in Butcherstown, and one of them gave me this extraordinary picture. Do you see it here? So this is more dewlap, the sea turtle and jellyfish. Isn't it amazing? I love it. Thank you very much. So the first book, and I highly recommend it, is by Ben Clanton, and it is called Our Narwhal and Jelly Book, Narwhal, Unicorn of the Sea. And it is done in comic book form. It is very funny, and I will highly recommend it for anyone of about 7, 8 plus. I loved it. I'm a lot older than 7 or 8. The next book is The Thing About Jellyfish. Oh, I adore this book. It's by Ali Benjamin. It has quite a sad start. The young girl in it loses her best friend, and she's very, very upset about this, obviously. And she tries to come to terms with this, but finds it difficult, and then goes on a voyage of discovery to find out what happened to her friend and also to learn things about herself. It's an extraordinary book, really well written, and I highly recommend it for readers of 11 plus. So thank you so much for joining me for Creative Bursts today. I hope you had some fun playing with your creativity. And remember what Einstein said, creativity is intelligence having fun.